Alright, we're going into map number 3. It is Twisted Meadows as just mentioned. And HasuObs is spawning close to HasuObs' Goblin Lab. So that's not gonna be too bad news for him. HasuObs starts with the altar in power build and the farm, so he is most likely gonna wanna take this. And HasuObs, same build as on the first two maps. Most likely we're gonna see ghouls again. And yeah, we'll see how this game is gonna turn out. Close spawn positions, certainly an interesting setup. Crypt is coming, and DK will be coming, and AM will be coming as well. So yeah, the altar is about to finish, and there he is. So TM, of course, entirely different game again than it was on Echo Isle. So the long-term advantages for human are very prominent on Twisted Meadows, even more so than on Turtle Rock. There's so much to creep here. The map is a lot more stretched out than Turtle Rock, which is, you know, given its size and number of expansions and stuff that are available, a very compact map, whereas TM is like so far stretched out, and like all these camps in the late game can, you know, be a huge deal for those human second and third heroes. And for HasuObs, well, there's also a lot to creep, and then again, counter expansions are a little bit more fragile to tanks and stuff, because, you know, they're not as close together as like the expansion on Turtle Rock, for example, was to his main. Therefore, the undead can be stretched apart more easily. So HasuObs, what did... Okay, he did scout here with the Echo. I was just wondering with the ghoul, but he just scouted in two directions just to know exactly where the human starts creeping, and the human starts creeping here. DK is out just now. HasuObs is doing a decent job creeping here though so far. Gets the bolt on his water mantle. That's pretty unlucky. And Robe of the Magi. Good item here. Tome of Strength, not what he was hoping for. And now the DK is coming in. Let's see. Now that the Waterman got the bolt, he's actually taking, yeah, somewhat large amounts of damage onto the rest of his units. I think he should have abandoned the creep camp after reaching the level 2 with the rock golem kill and getting the items, because now he's really paying the price for it. One footman and I think 2 peasants have already fallen. Perhaps even 3. One skeleton gets picked off here. This guy is going to die to the next coil. Tower is about to finish. That means the Death Knight has to get going. But he does so in time. And HasuObs, yeah, after this, at the end, quite costly creep camp, yeah, has to get into this game a little bit more slowly again. But that kind of just fits the rest of the series so far, which so far has made for 2 pretty good games. So yeah, why not? HasuObs again is bringing his ghouls towards the bottom. He did not start tagging yet. Wow, did he just forget that? That's a bit of a blunder. Reveal used by HasuObs right now, and he's gonna ask himself that same question here. Probably gonna get a little bit suspicious concerning like counter expansions or something crazy by HasuObs. Now he starts tagging. Now he realized that was a good 15 seconds or so, which he could have saved himself there in 15 seconds in, you know, high level Warcraft 3 is a long time. And yeah, now militia are being pulled here. Watermantle is already waiting at the expansion. The AM and the one footman waiting here in front of the main. So it looks like he wants to actually creep that expansion here with the one Watermantle, with a bunch of footmen, and with the militia, and defend with the AM here. Let's see if HasuObs is gonna realize it. I mean, there's there aren't many footmen or militia around in this main base, but HasuObs, it is nighttime, keep that in mind. HasuObs is not getting vision to that as easily, so this might not be what he expects here. The Watermantle did run out of duration already. The 2 trolls are down, so the main damage output is gone already, but the militia are about to run out of duration as well, so this is gonna be a bit of a difficult task here to multitask for HasuObs. He's losing one footman to us around here. HasuObs, now he may have realized it as he just walked in here and saw the back of the base and saw that there was hardly anything there. And yeah, now he's heading down there. Good read by Hasu, and let's see how much damage he's going to be able to do. Ring of Protection is being destroyed by HasuObs, who realizes that the undead army is coming in. He's chasing after him with his AM, who also, yeah, of course, he also reached level 3. That was also a very obvious sign for HasuObs to realize that there's something happening. And yeah, he read that properly, but now with the level 2 water mantles, actually it shouldn't be too big of a deal to eventually secure this second base for the human player. 2 of his footmen are super low, so is another ghoul of HasuObs. He does have 1 coil remaining, which he really should be using here, but he doesn't do so, losing that one for free. Looks like he really wants to get this one killed. 1 more hit and a coil would do the trick, and yeah, that's what he's using the coil for. Interesting decision by him here, and once this guy is gone, HasuObs can finally get his expansion set up. HasuObs, yeah, his tech would be a lot further along as well, so is this gonna turn into a counter expansion game again, this time thanks to HasuObs just macroing sloppily? We'll find out eventually. The ghouls here are not able to do anything really with the aura. They're at least able to get away. AM without boots of speed this time, so doesn't really have the means of chasing down a ghoul with unholy aura. And staff bot here by HasuObs, getting back to his base. New rod perhaps. Quick tier 3 tag by him. Even bought the shredder away from the goblin lab down here, so yeah, good for 2 reasons. I mean, he pulled a lot of ghouls here early on to work with, and therefore he has very little lumber, and he's still going to be able to work with those ghouls, and it's going to delay the shredder of HasuObs by quite a bit. Pentasecond pressure is going to be kept up for the moment. 2 skeletons coming in there as well. Another reveal here by HasuObs, who really seems to be you know, quite eager to see what's happening in HasuObs' main base, especially after that late tag early game. I think he might have wondered. Breath of Fire should be, that was a bad Breath of Fire, doing damage to the town hall and to only the 1 peasant, which he got killed eventually. So another ghoul is taking a bit of damage so far. HasuObs didn't get access to this expansion at all with this harass, and as the 2 towers have finished already, I think this is not really doing anything for HasuObs, and he's wasting a bit of valuable time. In the meantime, 1 slaughterhouse is finally being built. 2nd slaughterhouse is now coming here. He's despite having the shredder, which has by now provided a decent load of lumber. Despite having the shredder, his double slaughterhouse is quite late here, in addition to his tech already being late, so he pulled a lot of ghouls here early on, and he's paying the price economically for that. HasuObs, on the other hand, is still tier 1, so even if HasuObs is still deciding to go for a big destroyer push, HasuObs is going to have to tower up massively. A Zapper is coming in from HasuObs here, and HasuObs doesn't really have anything to work against that, but the Death Knight is coming in, but he doesn't have mana, and let's see, I guess 1 Ziggurat is only going to be taken down. Doesn't get, like, here would have been the only position to blow up 2, but that would have been blocked by Acolytes, and therefore not really any space for the Zapper to make use of HasuObs' base build to kill 2 Ziggurats at once. But nevertheless, HasuObs, with 1 statue out soon, is going to be supply blocked for quite a while, and yeah, actually he's gonna be suffering here a little bit. 2 Acolytes have fallen already, 3rd one is going to be attacked. The first footman has finally fallen as well, and it looks like he's gonna get the shredder on top of it, which is hugely expensive, and another Acolyte. He's winning so much time here, and really making up for his late tech. Level 4 on the AM. There are 2 Acolytes alive currently. HasuObs just spamming the Acolyte button in his Black Citadel. Level 3 for the DK finally, as this Waterman just did get killed, and this one is gonna fall as well. Yeah, pretty much, yeah, most units lost for HasuObs here, but definitely worth it. HasuObs, everything for HasuObs is going to be so late. Destroyer upgrade is coming right now, as it's mainly, you know, requires lumber, no or hardly any gold to produce, so why not get it? If you want to get it anyway. Same goes for the frenzy upgrade for the ghouls, even though HasuObs doesn't really have that many ghouls remaining, 4 to be precise. And tech is halfway done in the meantime. 3 towers. It's not gonna do it for the long run, but for the moment it does. HasuObs is creeping the natural expansion right now. He's got 5 acolytes here and he's producing another one, so we're gonna see a counter expansion for the 3rd time by him. What did he find here? Ring +3? Yeah, Ring of Protection +3. So both players basically finding the same item here, even though HasuObs had to destroy it previously. And he's got 6 peasants in here. Building more towers, which is absolutely necessary against the double slaughterhouse, even though, you know, other people would start whining again. But if he just doesn't want to lose, even though he delayed HasuObs' stuff by a lot, but if he doesn't just want to lose against the level 3 panda and a bunch of, nice surround there, and a bunch of mana destroyers, he's gonna need those Death Knights staffing back, but all by himself, that's gonna be difficult. And where is the rest of his stuff? There's the one statue, super important actually, to get these water metals dispelled. The gargoyle is out already and is going to be able to chase the Zeppelin away here. Is he actually lifting up? That's a bit of a risk. Maybe he's just repositioning the IEM to the back here. I'm wondering, does he have a town portal? I think he should. He didn't use it previously, so he does have a town portal, but apparently he's willing to give up these footmen's lives just to save himself that town portal. And the IEM is even heading towards the right hand side. He just scouted this with a footman. Does he have mana? Yes, he does have mana for a water mantle. And unless HasuObs is pulling off the miracles around here, which he is not able to do, then this expansion is going to be cancelled. Even going for the ghoul kill here first with the water mantle. Death Knight doesn't have any mana, and now he's going to be able to cancel the expansion. Very nice awareness by HasuObs. No way in hell that expansion is going to come up, at least this attempt. Panda level 3, that's nice, but that's very little compensation for the delayed expansion there. The Death Knight is out of mana again, so he can even go for the Acolyte kill here. Yeah, there's nothing HasuObs can do about that, and that is terrible, terrible news for HasuObs. He isn't able to go for a big push, he isn't able to get the counter expansion in to play quickly here, so yeah, HasuObs is looking better and better the longer this game is going. Double Griffin Aviary finished, tier 3 tech is coming. At the expansion, it's still only a bunch of towers. HasuObs seems to feel rather safe here. Still has 6 peasants mining in that one. Yeah, the mana destroyer is gonna make it rather easy for HasuObs to pick off these footmen if he wants to. Going for the water metal itself though, and taking so much damage again, and he's really lacking mana here on the DK. What else is he getting? More ghouls, sacrificial pit finished. And with the MK second, yeah, he's already able to continue being annoying here against HasuObs. Who is... wow, bolt probably. He's bolting the Death Knight. That's a weird decision. I mean, with a bolt and some focus fire, despite the coil, I think he should have been able to get this Acolyte killed in the long run. The one footman is just chasing him away. In the meantime, IEM is taking a bit of damage. Now the water mantle is going to be picked off. The destroyer can fly above the forest here, above the water here. And the next bolt, this time on the panda. I mean, these level 1 bolts at this stage against the level 3 heroes aren't really doing all too much. The Acolyte has to fall back all the way into the main. So just by being present here with 2 heroes, the expansion is delayed by such a large margin. 3 more ghouls being pulled, as well as the gargoyle, as well as another statue. So I think now is probably soon going to be the time when HasuObs could get the expansion up. But then again, the first 2 Dragonhawk Riders joining as well. And this gargoyle is probably going to run into trouble very shortly. Dragonhawk Riders number 3 and 4. And therefore, even the destroyer is probably going to run into trouble very shortly. Tier 3 is soon to finish. More and more Dragonhawk Riders coming. Shop at the expansion right now. And yeah, this one is doomed, has been doomed to begin with, basically. The ghoul here, he's gonna have another bolt, and then this coil will even have gone to waste. We do see it right now. The ghoul is falling as well. HasuObs is playing this so well, and HasuObs is struggling so hard to get anything done, and he's once again abandoning his plans to expand. So what's the alternative here? Can he still go for a push? Is HasuObs maybe feeling too safe with only 4 towers, which are pretty much clumped up as well in the main, perhaps? Then again, he's getting a lot of Dragonhawk Riders immediately, or already, which he can eventually use against the destroyers of HasuObs. A Fiend Switch maybe? Yeah, a Fiend Switch it actually is. Whew, but that's well, that's also not what you want to go for, especially with the Panda. They don't really synergize too greatly. Fluid of accuracy for HasuObs, that is nice with the Fiends. I'm guessing he'd like to add a Lich eventually with... he's clicking the altar right now, but doesn't have the gold. I guess he'd like to add a Lich eventually with the Orb. But the problem is, HasuObs is already tier 3. He can immediately, if he wants to, go into Knight production as soon as he sees a Fiend here on the field. And yeah, he can do what I mentioned previously. He can now use the sheer scope of this map to just level up his MK and eventually his Paladin. The Warlord should really be taken down here, which he's doing right now. And what does he find here? Where's the MK? Here it is. Spell Shield. Wow. Spell Shield, maybe the best item here for him to prevent nukes. I mean, Staff of Silence would be great as well. Mana Pendant, even the Gem of Health. So hardly any items that would be bad for the human here, except for the Orb of Darkness and the Ring of Protection +4. Bolt again on the Panda. Still a level 1 bolt. Still doesn't do all too much, but it keeps, you know, the Panda around at least. Holy Light used on one of the Dragonhawk Riders. 42 supply for HasuObs against 68 for HasuObs. So yeah, not looking good still for the Undead. And he's got his Lich out by now. Does he have an Orb already? Nope. So he's gonna add that as soon as he can. Well, gonna have to wait for quite a long time. Actually preferred to get a Rod of Necromancy here first. That's a bit of a surprise to say the least. But still, he's got no backup plan here. He's gonna somehow try and make a miracle fight work, which, yeah, isn't going to be easy. Just a quick camp taken here by HasuObs right in front of HasuObs' space. He cannot really do too much about it. Spell Shield, by the way, has been triggered by Purge, if you just heard it. Even though we don't see the cooldown here. So Nova, Breath of Fire going into the Dragonhawks, that's his only hope. Wear the Dragonhawks down with hit and run and nuke, and maybe some hit and run with web. Yeah, he has to coil the Fiend though. And yeah, both lasts quite a long time here, as you can see. Breath of Fire against the Dragonhawk Riders. Again, the next Holy Light hits just after the coil. Some nice web by HasuObs used here, so he's able to snipe out a few of those Dragonhawks with his Fiends. The Destroyer is forced to go back. Does he still have mana? No, he doesn't. So a little bit more mana would suit him very nicely, but he's really making the best out of the situation. One of the Fiends has fallen already. The second one could get coiled again, but he's also picking off so many of those Dragonhawk Riders. By the way, with the Orb now, of course, as it just makes the focus fire so much more efficient. Now going for the Mountain King here. Still level 2 and still only level 2 on the MK. I mean, Paladin can be staffed out just in time. Lich is in trouble, and again the Death Knight doesn't have any more mana, and the Water Elemental is able to deal the final blow here, splashing onto that Lich, and yeah, he's collapsing under all the pressure apparently, and he's gonna have to be revived. Paladin's gonna be back in a while after healing up at the main. And I'm expecting a tech switch here out of HasuObs. Double Workshop added. He's getting Knights, so he's getting the Knights Gyrocopter combination, which, or probably Gyrocopters. At least a lot of Knights against the Fiends. The MK needs to be careful. There is a staff on the AM though. So, oh no, there is no staff. Oh my goodness. And he's actually losing the MK with the staff, which he passed to the AM. And the TP on the AM, which he didn't get to pass to the Mountain King. So a bit of a blunder there by HasuObs. HasuObs, yeah, continues to really micro this as well as he can. And HasuObs got a little bit confused with his item swapping there, I think. Wanted to play it extra fancy. And now, yeah, HasuObs is being given some time. Scout, oh wow, even Guard Tower built here, and he's gonna build another one with this Peasant. HasuObs, on the other hand, is gonna get a bit of creeping done. At this point, it is more important for HasuObs though to get his second and third hero leveled properly, because he's got those under leveled. The Panda is already leveled decently. Death Knight is leveled decently. The Lich, yeah, level 3 wouldn't hurt him as well. And the level 5 AM. Stealing a bit of XP here, but he's creeping very close to the undead, so maybe, and without his Mountain King, so maybe he was afraid of a creep check and just wanted to get this camp done as quickly as he could. Shade already and a ghoul scouting for potential second expansions of Hooligan. I mean, I'm not really sure if this is gonna turn into an expansion or just a bit more of you know, him. Wow, it's actually he's actually adding the town hall here, and HasuObs is going for the island with some web of that single fiend here. Alright, so this could turn out to be quite difficult to deal with for Hooligan. Then again, the second HasuObs doesn't pay attention, he's gonna grab those Dragonhawk Riders, which he continued producing, so not switching to flying machines here as it appears. At least not solely to flying machines. Yeah, adding one right now. Let's see if it's only against Shade or perhaps an entire, you know, addition of a new unit type. Yeah, but the second HasuObs is leaving this expansion. He's just gonna swoop over here, use Cloud, I imagine, against any potential towers and just kill all the Acolytes. So Lich, 2.5, he found the Potion of Restoration, great, and the potion of, the Replenishment Potion, which he used immediately. And now MK3, Paladin, almost 3, AM5, that's what Hooligan wants to see. 78 supply for him against 50 still for HasuObs. Flying here, dropping his stuff here. Want free tome available for him here, and there's the island expansion for HasuObs. And we'll see Hooligan, does he have anything here? Yes, and we'll see if he's eventually gonna scout it. Now with the peasants, let's look at his point of view. He is able to click the DK, he sees the Potion of Restoration, so let's see, is there a reveal here, or is it that? There's the reveal, yeah. So that was to be expected. HasuObs, I mean, he got at least all of the peasants killed in return, and yeah, yeah. As predicted. And that expansion is not going to come up, and that is another setback for HasuObs. Potion of Restoration. I mean, it's such a great item, you don't want to sell it. And he's just gonna go for the next island. Or is he gonna drop here in the back of the main? That would also be a possibility. Or is he town portaling? He is town portaling as the human army is hanging out on his front porch. Okay, yeah, and what's plan D here basically for HasuObs? Push not working, regular expansion here not working afterwards, island expansion here not working, so he's gonna have to come up with something else again, adding a boneyard here, which is very questionable against all of these Dragonhawk Riders.
Our forces are under attack.
But yeah, what's the alternative? This expansion is coming, this expansion is coming, the other expansion is running, HasuObs is out of gold income, this is looking, you know, this is, wow, I mean, can it look any more horrible? He's getting that one again. But Hooligan with all of these Dragonhawk Riders, does he have clouds? Probably. I mean, he can even fly in here, just use like 2 clouds to get rid of all of the towers, and then just go for it, I think, because HasuObs, he's got strong heroes, 5-4-2, but I mean 5-3-3 is probably even better. With 1 staff, 2 heal scrolls, an invo potion, the spell shield still on the Mountain King, 75 supply against 50, giving HasuObs a bit of time again revealing here. And yeah, okay, he's just gonna do it that way. The Fiend, wow, did he burrow the Fiends outside of a potential reveal area? 1 Fiend gets webbed here quickly, maybe just a nuke on those. Could seal the deal, but what is the Panda doing down here? He's being given the town portal, and HasuObs, yeah, another 350 gold down the drain, and this one is falling as well. Now the Fiends are being unburrowed. Is Hooligan realizing this in time? Well, it doesn't matter because the expansion is going to be cancelled anyways. Yeah, HasuObs too late there with the Fiend. A nice thought burrowing them outside of the reveal range, but yeah, then in the end if you don't get in range to do the web, actually, then it doesn't matter. So 3 mines against 0, 78 78 supply against 50. 3-1 upgrades against 1-0. 5-4-2 heroes against 5-3-3. More items. Yeah, I cannot find any hope for HasuObs here. Again, he's going for this Haunted Goldmine, but I think Hooligan should just... Where's his army, actually? Ah, in a Zeppelin, okay. I think Hooligan should just go for this, but I mean, a drop here is gonna do the trick just as well. These fiends are in trouble. One of them gets Holy Lighted down, the other one gets bolted down, and there's the GG by HasuObs. A game that, after the early game, HasuObs macroed a little bit sloppily, which really, like, these little, you know, these little periods of time can make such a huge difference, that has such a huge impact, and just due to that, he wasn't really able to, you know, to keep up the pressure for, you know, during the entire early game. And then Hooligan went for the counter aggression and he killed so much, and there was no way in hell anymore after that HasuObs could have done a push with a lot of destroyers. Like, he lost like almost all of his acolytes and the one cigarette to the zapper, which made him supply blocked on top of it. So that really delayed him a lot. That was a great harass by Hooligan. And then afterwards, the drop with the Zeppelin first in the main, and then evacuating the IEM and sending it to the expansion was a genius move. Delayed HasuObs by such a long time, eventually even prevented the counter expansion from coming up entirely once he added the first Dragonhawk Riders, despite his tech being so late. And yeah, then he denied that counter expansion, and then he was already on tier 3, he was able to react to the feed switch very quickly. HasuObs was able to take one decent fight in front, or at the bottom of his main base, where he was able to trade decently, snipe out a couple of Dragonhawk Riders. But yeah, the tech switch was done very quickly by Hooligan, and then the next plan, the counter expansion, was denied as well. The island expansion was denied as well, and there was just nothing left to do for HasuObs. Hooligan expanding all over the map, and yeah, he is taking his second consecutive win in this tournament, and he's looking very strong after playday number 2. Well, we're gonna find out how the rest of the group is gonna play, but having 6 points after 2 games is not a bad start at all. HasuObs still very much in this tournament, of course, after a total of 3-3 maps and 1 victory and 1 loss so far. Next up is going to be Nightwolf against Knopf, Night Elf versus Orc. Battle of 2 of the losers of playday number 1, so both of them are certainly going to try their best to finally get some points on the board as well. We're gonna see that, yeah, soon, and I hope you'll check that out as soon as it is going to be uploaded. And I hope you enjoyed this best of 3. I think one of the, like, as a whole best of 3, one of the best we've seen so far. Basically, the third map was pretty one-sided, but then again, it was pretty damn well played by Hooligan. And the first 2 maps, pretty nice as well, especially the first one. And yeah, as stated previously, I'll see you for the next best of 3. I hope you'll give this one a comment, thumbs up, and subscribe to this channel if you are not subscribed yet. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.